Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the gods and the earth. The earth is a god as a goddess, so you know what I mean. Earthborn's God, which is, the original man, of course. Not just granted. Well, my camera might be kind of a little off, but that's a sweet blood apple. Whew. That's what they call it. Anyhow, though, we're gonna jump into it, man, because we got some Wi-Fi over here, and you know, it's the vibe. The vibe is right. We got that such serious energy out here, so it's like boom. We're pointing the actual arrow to where we got to get to and aim to, and boom, hitting the target. So basically, what I'm saying, not physically. But we jumping into it, man, because it's about our people, man. It's the hood, the royal hood. We know we're doing royal and holy supernatural munders around this piece. And it works. You know what I'm saying? You're walking down the street, you see a NAGA chilling like this, he's trying not to fuck your ass up. There's all kind of shit he can do it on, all right? You know what I'm saying? So, and he ain't even really trained to do such. He ain't got kung fu or no shit like that. He just got crazy. That's it. All right? So, I got to just jump into this, man, because we're running with this false prophet situation. This false prophet situation that's been plaguing the whole little nigga community, man, is really, really harsh on us, because we kind of believe that the NOI, Elijah Muhammad, the Ben Yaakovins, and everyone who was trying to teach us something very divine about our culture, about just niggas in general, and we rolled with it. We was like, yeah, man, Africa's the motherland, let's roll with that, man. You know what I'm saying? But as we're looking, we're like, damn, a lot of the stories ain't adding up. So we're striving to figure this out, why the stories is not adding up and shit, you know what I mean? So now we put it together. None of these false prophets like your man Malachi York, shout out to Phase 1, who's really bagging Malachi York, you know what I'm saying? None of these false prophets like them, Elijah Muhammad, Farad Muhammad, Noble Drew Ali, they knew little things, but they didn't know that exact thing. They didn't want to tell you the exact, truth of the history of the Americans or the Maroccans or Tamarians, They wanted to just kind of dance pussyfoot around the whole little situation that, oh, nigga, you is from America, but you from Africa and you was unable to swim 9,000 miles. And how did I know this? Because we got the degrees and the lessons that tell us that we wanted to go back to Africa but was unable to swim 9,000 miles. You know what I'm saying? So if they told us this, and we was running with it like an 85er at the same time, because we took these things off face value. We couldn't even study these things. We just going like, okay, you coming to us in the hood letting us know this, but you're not really trying to show us like, okay, damn, niggas was really living over there. Niggas was really from America all along. We went over there, but in a whole nother direction. Peace. Peace to the God. Peace to peace, Charles. What's going on? I'm glad y'all jumped into the room, man, because it's like, the false prophet season right now ends. The father, and I'm going to have to say what the father, Clarence 13 X part himself, which they call Father of Law, which, he's an intuitive person or man from the South. So he came up with these degrees, man, to help get us up out of these situations, man. Like, yo, this man answered, I'm talking about Elijah Muhammad answered these questions very near correct, but not all correct. So now we have to jump into this whole theology of time, big ass thick book that we thinking we're being educated on, that we think we know the truth on, and not, lo and behold, some of these things is very true. Some of these things is true, and some of these things not true. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to kind of like use our intuition to go with it. So when the gods on earth was birthed and came into the scene, it was like the NOI had enough time to just build and solidify their lives, pretty much. And now we in the game. When we was young, we had to learn this shit when we was younger. I got mathematics when I was 16 years old and shit. So it's like we had to grow with it. A lot of individuals, they get it when they're like, when they're like 20 something now off the internet. I had to get it the old fashioned way. We sit down with our enlightener, we chop it up, and we had to walk through the streets with whichever enlightener kind of like, showed you the way. And then we build with ALIs like that. Be alike, see alike. We lived amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, what's up, silly banana? So, you know what I'm saying? So the false prophecies, man, I gotta just continue on with it, because we're talking about this NOI, and for those of my subscribers that don't know about that, hey, just sit back, you can listen. hey. And so basically, you know, so we're looking at all these people that came to the ghetto and talking about like, yo, nigga, you are this, you're this more, you came from here, you wouldn't swim 9,000 miles, they got you up off of the coast of Africa, and all these different things. And now the story gets really more intricate now. Now we're looking at it as a deeper format. Now we're like, oh, okay, these muds came over to America and they seen niggas was already Indians. So they called them Indians because we know now that the word Indian, that the word Hindu or didn't really Hindustan or India didn't exist before a certain time period, you know what I mean, which is very recent. And I don't want to get on to the intricacies of that, but I know it was in the recent time frame. And so basically, it's like, you know, you was searching for Indians, which were, you know, niggas in the Caribbean and in the mainland. They got the maps and they came over to Amaru. That's how they knew. When they ramshacked them damn temples and shit, they got the maps and they came over. And in the same time when they came over, they were sending a lot of their little agents and a lot of these little different things that were, you know, planted in our communities and was trying to teach us after this big old giant earthquake that we didn't know nothing about in 1811 that just kind of wiped out a lot of shit. The New Madrid earthquake that happened in New Madrid, Missouri. It is kind of ironic how a big ass fucking tornado just hit Missouri out of nowhere. Just the whole Missouri. So there was an earthquake, or not Missouri, but you know, St. Louis. But New Madrid, it was an earthquake that hit right there that was saying it was above the damn 13 Richter on the Richter scale. They didn't have the Richter scale shit for it then, but it was so damn high that the ground was waving like water. So this is created as the so-called mud floods. And with this being said, the false prophets came into the game and was like, yo, boom, you're this, you're that. After a lot of people done died, and it was a very long time when people was coming over to try to take over Amaru. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how's your day going so far, Silly Bananas? My joint's going pretty cool. I'm pretty relaxed and shit, you know what I'm saying? I just got through eating an orange. I'm gonna rub this part of my face, because that's what I do when I do oranges. You know, keep you nice and glowing and all that good stuff. People don't know, like, you don't just throw it away. It's supernatural health, man. So we gonna use the peel too. Gets all the little dirt and everything up off you. You know, we men, we ain't got time to be all in the mirror and shit and powder our faces up. We just gonna go ahead and use the fruit we just ate. Boom, boom, boom. Get all the little whoop off. Bam. Now you smooth. You know what I'm saying? Now you smooth. They should have told us we were supposed to be eating fruit all the daggone time. Now we had to go through hell to figure out, damn, fruit is the main food for humans and shit. Or for people on Earth. You should be eating at least 80% of that. And not just running around, you know, hunter-gathering. Shout out to We Know the Truth now. Boom, Mississippian right there. Right, from the South, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you should be going ahead and planting your fruit and learning the science of agriculture and the times of planting. These motherfuckers are planting shit all over the place. And now you don't know how to do it because you've been taken away from this shit and allowed yourself to be taught by these systems. You know? And so, hence, when we get back into the game of being in religion, we thinking that the Israelites, we're celebrating or honoring the Sabbath on on a Saturday, and we don't know and understand that the Sabbath moves through the month. It moves throughout the week, according to the moon cycle. I just got off the Sabbath last day. I'm feeling great too, man, because I relaxed. The sun happened to be out for me at the highest solar noon. You know, the highest UV index was like at 13 yesterday. And I'm telling you now, if you ain't up on your shit, I'm talking about cleansing your melanin, that shit gonna burn your ass up. I don't care who you, I don't care if you're dark, I don't care if you're chocolate, nigga. If you got fucked up ass melanin, that sun gonna burn the shit out you. I had to make sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting on cocoa butter and everything, so I know I've been in the sun. But they've been covering it up like for 4 hours. They slick as hell. They know how to do it from solar noon all the way to like 3 or 4 o'clock when that shit's kind of dying down to a lower UV index. You know, they know you UV gods and shit. You be charged the fuck up. But you got to be covered up with certain oils. You got to anoint yourself with oil, not the sunblock. Because you're absorbing these rays. Now you're eating right and exact. False prophets should have told us that. But that's okay. We're here now. So anyhow, though, you know, we got to put that cocoa butter on you. I'm telling you, you're going to burn up if you don't. You'll feel if you ain't got nothing covered up. It takes a little moment, maybe a couple of days of pure sun cover that you got to get used to it. They've been covering it up so much. It's been so cool because they got like a few layers of clouds up there and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, last day, I'm so happy that I was covered up because I can feel where I will burn the fuck up at. I was like, whoa, shit, this is a new sun right here, G. And I happen to have the experience of having that motherfucker out the whole time from me. And boy, I feel for people, man, who can't deal with that much, man, because it is on like hot butter popcorn. You ain't gonna even be agitated. You just gonna burn. your little hand, your little arm, you gonna put your arm out the window and you ain't got nothing on to protecting it. That shit gonna. That's how hard it is. Huh? That's how hard. I got a fly coming over, so I got some eyes around me and shit. I got thuggy duck. That's how hot this sun is right now. And they got it covered up. It's protecting these motherfuckers out here. I was out laying in that shit on the lava rock yesterday. These white folks looking over at me like, God damn. But I'm laid out though. I'm covered up with cocoa butter and coconut oil, so I'm not feeling this shit. I'm actually for a few hours, and I know that we ain't supposed to be out there longer than a couple hours because we're absorbing in a couple hours. For like people who are less melanated, they can only be out there for like 10 minutes, man. They can absorb it quick. And if they go any further than that, man, that shit you're gonna burn up, man. And I can tell. So this is why you gotta eat light food or spirit food, you know, fruits, berries and melons all the goddamn on time. This is what keeps your melanin molecule functioning, going right and exact, man. The food is your daggone jewel, you know. So and this you gotta have the right food mentally, spiritually, physically, all that shit, because it's the whole full package that we have and that we do have, and then we gotta cultivate that shit, and that's what's gonna keep us happy. But in the meantime, man, I'm telling you right now, that sun is a whole nother different thing, right? And I'm telling you, these clouds is the only thing that's protecting these motherfuckers right now, because that mug is protecting anyone who has toxic melanin, man, or is very low. Even on the neuromelanin, you're not gonna be able to sit outside in this shit. I can, right? You know, and I'm blessed, and I kept being thankful of this shit, and I'm not playing with you, B. This is a whole nother sun, and it happened to be on the Sabbath day, which was last day for me. See, we on the wrong Sabbath. We celebrating their Sabbath and wondering why their attacks are still fucking with us. You gotta understand, you know what I'm saying? These beings are doing moon magic on you on your Sabbaths. On your day you supposed to rest. This is a cosmic thing. I got to fly around a nigga and shit. They dropping flies and larvae out the plane and shit just to do all kind of things because they know it's petty, but they know shit. It's time. The time is up. They know you're ready. So you gotta actually refine yourself and make sure that you can walk outside in this, because it's gonna be so goddamn hot that you ain't gonna know what to do. If you're not detoxing and eating fruit daily all the time, you're not gonna be able to sit outside in the sun for more than 10 minutes. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? And try it. This is a whole nother nigga right here, man. I can feel it through the clouds on my arm right here, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's hot. And you know what I mean? It's actually heating up. So I know everybody else in the world, they know that this shit is hot, and they're going all overboard to hit all this shit and spray it all over you and shit. But I guarantee you, once we get back on the right Sabbath, get back in tune, this is a cosmic event. This is a cosmic thing. I'm just getting off the Sabbath because I'm talking now online, you know what I'm saying? But yesterday was my Sabbath, and I was blessed with the sun for a vast amount of time. And these downloads came. I'm telling you right now, G. The true Sabbath is just a natural rest for the more ripened spirits, and for all the other spirits of earth to follow. It's all the earth, all the angels, everybody does this shit. You know what I'm saying? Every world. They all follow the Sabbaths of their moon, their main moon that they use. And these moons have an effect on, you know, your emotions. That's why whatever your moon sign is, that's just what you is. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's who you emotionally are. Like, if you're a Cancer, then if you're a Cancer moon, then you're a Cancer moon. That's who you are, pretty much, you know. And it stays within the signs for like 48 hours. So the Sabbath is not every Saturday. That's their shit. Remember that. That's their God that they're using to control you. That's just all their whole little stories. They have false gods, man. You know what I'm saying? That's trying to be the all I am and shit. And that's the foul. That's the wickedness that's being destroyed right now, because we build it and destroy it. And if we come in to build it, bring forth an understanding, we destroying to anything that's weak and wicked. Hence, that's why they gotta send all kind of shit towards them, not because you're organic. You know what I'm saying? You're naturally metaphysical. They know all of this shit about you. You know what I'm saying? You dream differently than these motherfuckers. Everything is different now, you know? So if you want to get away from their necromancy, their spell work and all that shit, you gotta honor the true Sabbath. If not, you're gonna continue to be attacked and feel it. You can still feel it a little bit. You know when you're being attacked. It's just like having armor on. You're gonna feel a little shit, but at the same time, it won't affect you as much. But I guarantee you that these mothers going full time. People are just picking up the book on it, just to do it, to be like, I'm gonna light a candle on this nigga. I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? They lighting candles on motherfuckers and shit. So on the Sabbath, it's very, very important to actually honor the true Sabbath, because this is where that shit's null and void. Because they utilize the moon and its cycles to do its little spell work on you. This is why it's important to know the true Sabbath in this time and to utilize the science of. We named all the full moons. What this is called, the strawberry moon, strawberry full moon. I rest under the moon, man. I look up, the moon be bright in my face. I rest outside. I'm domiciled. homeless. You know what I'm saying? We rest under the tent if I did have something. You know what I'm saying? The Most High showed me that, the tent. Everything else comes into play. You know what I'm saying? The mansions, all that shit, the land, that'll come later on down the line. But, you know, you put in the work, paying your tithes, which is your so-called semen retention, raising the light to the crown chakra every month according to the moon cycle. This is what that false prophets didn't tell us. This was going to get us on that supernatural shit. You know what I mean? They should have been told us about the Sabbath and how important it is. We should have been broke this down. Motherfuckers came in the game and was talking about whatever was popular, they was talking about that. They were the church of whatever, the Holy Tabernacles, the this, the Ansar Allah community, they every fucking thing, but telling us like, nigga, heaven's within first. This is where you got to get the light to the crown chakra. This is the heaved up place. Crossing the vagus nerve, boom, this oil that's up in you, and it just anoints you to have you glowing and shining. And it won't just be one of us, it won't be one of you, it'll be all of us. You know what I'm saying? We can do this shit supernaturally, naturally with our own self. But we're going to be magnetizing a lot of motherfuckers. We're going to be in our own natural natal chart energy, our highest natal chart energy. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be in our, what they say, north node. It's south node, north node, whatever. We know Ptolemy came in and switched the nodes up. So whatever it is, they went to a great extreme to confuse your ass. I guarantee you that one, because they know you knew the science of the stars and shit. So they're going to say, hey, man, you got a north node, south node, give you a Copernicus model of the earth and tell you that you're running around this and doing this. Oh, shit. Very confusing, man. All right? So we're gonna keep it very simple over this motherfucker. True Sabbath, we see the moon cycles. Everything, you can damn near plan out the moon. You can see the zodiac within the sky if you just pay attention to how the moon moves throughout the sky throughout the whole month. Once you figure out where Aries is at, you can write your map down your own self. Now you know, boom, Aries is right there. Boom, 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 boom. And the sun stays in each house for 30 days. You know, it's very important to know these little things, and then you can bring forth your understanding and chop it up and see, like, damn, okay, if you the high priestess or hierophant or whatever you want to call it, the priest king and shit, you know. So yeah, this is important. True Sabbath alignment, false prophet. You know what I'm saying? We gotta definitely expose them motherfuckers because everything they taught us was a lie. It was to come over to market to our spirits and take us, you know what I'm saying, away from our true identity, from our ancestors, our ancestors, which is a grave thing for them to do because the Bible already talked about it. Even though they took the Bible and mixed it up, rearranged it, everything, Most High still got to understand it out to us. The hand is over Amaru right now. That's why none of that false crisis and none of that shit can rise, because we already been through it a cycle before. We was the only ones that they didn't know about. They had to figure this out through automatic writing through a nigga who wrote out a WASPy, and also through, the libraries that they done burnt up and the secrets that they done found. They're like, damn, these niggas know the science of heaven and shit. They just like Malachi York. If y'all know familiar with Malachi York, he talk about on his planet that the spirits were called the Denier, and they were teaching damn mortals on the planet. But he wasn't saying that was happening with us. You know what I mean? Like, we were just on some other shit over here. But anyhow, though, that's what really was going on with us. So our ancestors teach us in spirit form, continuing to show us that, life doesn't end, motherfucker. This is what happens. So now we're learning metaphysical shit, all this, and we're becoming real advanced in the flesh. Now you got a child that you see so goddamn advanced. That's because some damn ancestors right around his ass, downloading, inspiring him to make this fucking engine that runs off of air, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Whoever thought to trap air inside of a container and have it fill up rubber wheels and shit? You know what I'm saying? You have to be sitting there with an angel, which is an ancestral, to give you this understanding. Man can't do this shit on his own. He's too busy going down. You know what I'm saying? They should have told us this, but they didn't. All right? So now we know, okay? They see that we was connected with our ancestors, so they call that shit, horrible, like spirit worshiping and shit. We know and understand the science, like, yeah, spirits be around, but we know and understand that spirits also evolve and they graduate off of the earth plane and they move on to other worlds and they come back to visit, and this is how they teach and show us the science of, like, this type of technology that we gave to the world. Like, they thought it was magic and shit. We fucking around with copper, growing this shit. Not growing it, but harvesting it or getting it, mining it, using it as, like, they looking at us like using this for energy. Like, this type of energy, like, it's magic. Sparks happen when you fuck with copper. It's like, what the fuck, So, yeah, man, we them niggas. So it's time to tap back in, and the only way to really do that, you gotta boycott a lot of shit that they got out in the world. Like, a lot of the old shit in the old cycle, you gotta let it go. And in this cycle, you gotta really train yourself and discipline yourself to not really buy they shit too tough. You really can't really be in they shit. You ain't got shit as it is. So when the actual magnetizing of the ones that are so-called chosen starts to happen, and the land starts to get developed, and the money starts coming from the unknown sources to the right individuals and shit, you'll know where to get in line at. And this is where, like, yo, the discipline with yourself, with the celibacy, first and foremost, because that's how you're gonna have to get on the land. You're not getting on the land and you ain't rich. You ain't been at least 14 months celibate. We're not gonna just be running around and we fucking and doing all this shit. We ain't even got ourselves trained yet. So this is the first thing to harness that with food and not trying to control another individual. This is how we're gonna tap into the all, the creator, and our ancestors. We all got billions of ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Every one of us. It took at least four motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, to kind of help make you from the mom and the dad. You got the grandma and the granddad and the grandma and the grandma, and then it goes boom, 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 boom. Billions, all right, to the source. So just tap back in line with them. Hold on. I get the flim farm filth up out of now. You know what I'm saying? That's moving the mucus. That's gonna be on the other channel and shit, you know. But this one I can just chop it up on the spiritual shit real fast, get the downloads real quick. It's like, yo, this is pretty much what we got to do. We're starting back on the mainland, right where it started from. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, and that's where the most concentrated of Nagas is at. That can still get along without murder, death, kill, because there ain't too many places you can be at. But that's happening and shit. So we're all getting to a point where, like, okay, this is starting to put everything together on our own self, because it shows and proves the power of the Most High. Like, you didn't have to see. You see, the false prophets came. Now, watch the babies get it on their own. And that's what it is. Now everybody's starting to refine their appetite. We're working out. We're becoming the face of healing and shit. Like, damn, nigga, how these niggas heal up? And then the days, we see the pictures. Y'all see the books. Y'all know what's going on. You see how they put it in our face all day. But you see how we still be Most High. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they mad about. So when they see a nigga like myself or you that's out here, you know, still grinding and being resilient and shit, they be mad at that shit. Because why? You got the Most High in you. You ripen. And you got your ancestors that is very highly ripened spiritual genes. And they anti-ing it, chopping it up, talking to you, and putting you in front of certain individuals to look at, to talk to. You know what I'm saying? And so you'll be able to see. You can be able to see with your mind's eye and have a clear perception of what's real and what ain't, and have that discernment, because that discernment is what the gift is. If they put so many lies out here, you're gonna have to use discernment. And it should be clear once you start cleaning out them parasites, you know. You'll know automatically where the story fits. You know, it's like boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, this is okay. Because they should have been telling us this. But now, it's all good shit. We're gonna get together and within these next little moments. So in the meantime, between time, pay your tithes, which is get the oil to the crown chakra every month. Don't release. You want to be stronger in whatever you know and whatever you have, whatever you be about. This is how you strengthen it, and it's gonna be even more stronger. I'm talking about if celebrities can only get up to a fucking couple months, just a couple, maybe 3 months, and they look like they just fucking superstars and shit. Just imagine you. You know what I'm saying? You're a natural superstar from the Most High Creator. You get past 7 months, you're gonna be shining like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine when we get to them years, you know? So it gets to the long count, and then you're not squandering your seed, because they're gonna attack you sexually. They're gonna send these mugs to you, and that's how you know if you're on the right Sabbath of the rest days, honoring, you know what I'm saying, the Most High, your ancestors, celestials. You just sit there. Whatever you do, you can make your altar. You're not worshiping nothing. You can make an altar just with your ancestors. You go to a dark room, wherever at, you want to talk to your ancestors, just sit there and don't say nothing. Pop a boom or something. You know what I'm saying? It's about getting in tune with the Most High, your ancestors, all of these things. Because this is about the day that's coming, that's about to be a normal thing again. This is not, see, look, the fly got to keep coming to my eye now. This little nigga, flies out, them eyes out, they all over. You know, they just looking at a nigga out here like, God, leave. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here with these UVs, and right now they can't really take it, because right now the UVs is on like 13 damn near. Even through the clouds you can feel the shit. But yeah, refinement, you know, Xing off all the old false prophets. The new people that you see online that's kind of trying to talk and teach, they're not necessarily false prophets unless they have like a little agenda about them narcissistically wise. You know what I mean? That's having a supply source, people kind of praising them and shit like that. That's a psychological disorder dealing with the cluster B personality. And this is how we're gonna delve into that a little bit more. But that's gonna be on my other channel, the workout channel. But we can talk about it here too, because it's like, you know, with these big-eyed little U's who come out and make these little religions and said religions, you know, they have this about themselves, you know. And you see that in like movies of Muhammad Ali movie when Will Smith kind of gave you a little insight when you know, Jada Pinkett, his wife at the time, she was being questioned by, you know, some other brothers and shit. She's like, I ain't gonna be questioned by these, because sometimes that happens when you're dealing with certain brothers and they got wisdoms and you ain't got wisdom and they just question your wisdom, which is your wife and shit. Like, yo, you don't do that. It's overstep shit. You know what I mean? So, hey, what's happening, Chris? What's going on? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap it up in a little bit. I was just really just touching on the basis of our just the psychology, just to put it in. I'm not using super big terminology because we want to keep it simple, but it's enough to go and research and be like, oh damn, okay, this is what's been going on all along. You know what I'm saying? Everything's to keep you away from the creator. Myself, I'm just pointing in the right directions of certain brothers that I know and understand, and certain sisters that I feel that is on the actual right labyrinth, and you can utilize their information as far as like gaining a better understanding with your own self. That's what gods and earths do anyways, you know what I'm saying? You get into a cipher. A cipher is a 360-degree circle, just basically of a god in the center, and they building upon, you know, today's map and their understanding of what's going on and having some type of social equality with the gods that surround them. And that just happens around us, you know, so. And we're doing it now on the internet, so that's a good thing. But yeah, we're gonna refine our appetite and do the true Sabbath, which is the moon cycle. It's dealing with agriculture once again and shit. So we're not using the sun cycle no more. So I mean, we're using it, but right now we're using this moon cycle. And this is how we see now, you know, fucking gray May, gloom, June. It's been fucking 8 weeks of just straight clouds and shit. So I know they're afraid of the sun. But they still in the sky, so hey, what can we say? You know what I mean? So we gotta just do what we do to get up to the crown chakra. This is the heaved up places, the true heaven first and foremost. All of us to start bringing the heaven on earth. Then we're gonna start seeing more things because we're shifting it now. We're seeing things. They saying what? They see the red Nibiru, they want to call it. They see everything. They starting to see shit. The animals is different. That's because we're actually paying our tithes. Some of us spiritually, they know how spiritual connected we are. That, okay, we start doing shit like this and we're eating this way and it's not even a big deal for us. It's not even hard for us no more. We're just doing it. They see that, oh, we're raising the vibration of the planet now. And now things are phasing into existence for the whole world to see just by doing this. So when we all do this shit, it's like, especially the men, oh, and the young, and the YNs, we don't call them YGs, man. And the YGs, when they doing it, oh man, it's gonna be even more powerful because they got that young energy, and that Kundalini ain't been tampered with. Coming from my age, it's been tampered with when I was a young child. Shit, so it's like, but I was able to learn how to repent and get older. I'm talking about for me being the things being done to self type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just experimenting, being young, and all that shit being done to myself. And so. And everyone has been through a certain type of situations. That's where the cluster B personality disorder come in at. But a lot of us ain't able to make it up out of it. You know what I mean? So with the whole, I'm the actual look like, hey man, shit. If you do it at this level, you can actually kind of reverse your shit and be smooth with it. But when you're young and you do it, oh, you're gonna be so creamy. The thoughts is gonna come so fast. If you write music, the music is gonna damn near be automatic. You know what I'm saying? If you're working out or you're doing whatever kind of acrobat, all that shit gonna be super sharp. So you get 30 years old and your 30 is gonna feel like you fucking just turned 16 type shit. Cause I know, cause I feel pretty young and shit. This the age I am, and I ain't gonna be revealing my age too much no more. I'm just gonna go ahead and set it off and just show you the science of like, yo, this is what we should have been on and shit, or this is what they was trying to hold us back from doing this and knowing this. Cause we was fighting for the wrong thing externally. So now it's time to fight internally, which is through the Kundalini, man, to get the energy to the crown chakra. And this is what's gonna make us become, you know, guys at the Christ conscious level, not the false Christ, but the real Christ. All right. So yeah, coming up on that 30-minute mark, the true Sabbath is where the moon cycle sets in at. So anytime the moon is about to be in one of its 4 sacred days, that's the day of the Sabbath. If you can get that day off work, that'd be great. So you can sit back and don't do nothing. You honor it in your way, because that's how the Most High is gonna have it. And you found out shit. And so, you know, and you'll start to see, you get the downloads. You'll start expunging or just pushing away anything that's not righteous. It's not the truth. Shit, it should start leaving, because you gotta let all that shit go and let the truth come in. It's revealed now. So that being said, I love y'all. Thanks for joining me up in here. I know y'all have to look at it later for the ones who kind of know what I was talking about and shit, because I know it kind of be a little bit over mugs heads, but it's all right though. But, Chris Tunai, I hope I said that right. Thanks for jumping up in here. City Bananas She just had to, I think that's a girl, I don't know, just had to jump in and say what's up. Peace to the guys that jumped in at the beginning that set it off. So, you know, I love y'all and shit. So we're gonna continue on moving on up. And this is just to let it be known, like, yo, man, as the times grow, you know, we're supposed to grow with the nation. I mean, we grow with the youngins. That's what the father was on. It was like, yo, we change up. Now it's just a foundation. Wisdom is the way to the understanding. This is how we live our divine culture, which is a free culture, having a free dome, a free mind, you know. And the truth, which is the energy, force, and magnetism. Refinement is how we utilize this truth for removing anything weak and wicked or trash. It's how we deal in equality with ourselves, the supreme I am. So with that being said, I love y'all, and I'll be with you in the next one. Peace.